Hi, my name is Vivian Lee, Curator of Contemporary Art at the Dallas Museum of Art. Today I'll speak a little bit about what I do at the museum as a curator. First, let's define what is a curator. Curators are the ones who organize exhibitions at the museum. We use different types of objects to tell compelling stories about the world we live in, such as a curator at a science museum would use objects from nature, the environment, even outer space to talk about stories of the natural world. Curators at history museums would use objects left behind by our ancestors to even people who had lived just 50 years ago to talk about the history of humankind. And then curators at art museums, like where I work at, the Dallas Museum of Art, use artworks to tell stories about the history of human expression and creative passion. I especially like working as the contemporary art curator because I get to work with living artists and share their artworks with the public that inspires new generations of artists. When I was your age, I was first inspired to become an art curator because I loved making art as well as telling stories, especially through writing. So if you like art as well as writing and telling stories, you might think about becoming one day a curator. To become a curator, I first had to go to college and I majored in art history. Then after graduating from college, I worked at various museums for about 5 to 10 years with a lot of experienced curators, learning their different ways of telling compelling stories through the arts. I also traveled a lot to see artworks at different other museums as well as art galleries to understand what works I liked and why are they also important, and just train your eye to see artworks. My favorite part of being a curator is meeting artists. They all make art for different reasons, and they all are very passionate. So to be able to learn about what drives them to create art also helps me connect their artwork with the public like you. Now it's your turn to be curator. Curating is a lot about selecting interesting artworks or images and relating them to each other. So pretty much telling interesting stories from images. First, cut out any interesting images you might find in a magazine. Here's a selection of images I cut out from a local magazine. Then from your pile, select 2 images that you think would make an interesting story with each other. So the 2 images that I selected from my pile are of this mysterious, beautiful woman in a purple hat, and also this mysterious man sitting alone next to a river. So once you selected your 2 images, create a story between the 2. I can't wait to see your stories that you made and what images you selected. Be sure to post them when you're done.